We all know William Shakespeare, the most famous author of all time, writer of 37 plays, 154 sonnets, several epic poems, and why we are here today. But what if I told you Shakespeare never wrote a single word?
So what led you to do like a period piece? What led you to?
Well, it's like I always like kind of said, you know, when like kind of visual effects became better and better and better. I always said one day we can do like kind of certain periods as accurate as you could never ever do them before, because you can create, you know, pretty much London of the Elizabethan age. Just something, you know, which I think people will see now more often, you know, where like kind of just whole, you know, like kind of historical words will get recreated, because it's just because it's doable.
And in the film, you have some like really heavy hitters who are renowned for their Shakespearean work, Jacobi and Vanessa Redgrave. Like, what kind of flavor did they bring to this with their knowledge of Shakespeare?
Well, they like kind of bring, first of all, they're great actors, you know, and but like kind of these people, they ask questions. That's like what I learned in this whole process. You know, they ask questions about, you know, their characters. You know, they have to be really totally in sync with you as a director, what they have to play. Especially Vanessa. She, when she would have not thought how we portray Queen Elizabeth I, which is quite different from whatever you have ever seen, she would have not played it. Right. But she, lucky for me, she believed, you know, that how we portrayed her is the right way to portray her, and then she gave this incredible performance.
Vanessa plays Elizabeth I, and her daughter, Jolie Richardson, plays her when she was younger. What was that like, watching a mother and daughter play the same role? What did it do for the character?
Well, it was for me kind of quite interesting, because I had worked with Jolie Richardson in The Patriot before, and, you know, and I was so amazed how much she grew as an actress. And when I had this idea to cast her and her mother, you know, I also like kind of took a little bit insight from her how to approach her mother. You know, it was quite interesting. And then and then for her it was like kind of quite, you know, I think they got a lot of outs that to be in the same movie. And then I think it's like the whole the whole family are actors. So I mean, I think they like just enjoy to have time together.
Sure. This movie tackles one of many, you know, conspiracies surrounding, you know, whether or not Bill Shakespeare penned his own works. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, I totally believe that Will Shakespeare from Stratford didn't write these plays. He was rather a, you know, mean-spirited businessman. And, you know, and that said, you know, I think, you know, the literary establishment just has to open up to that possibility, because, you know, it's, I think it's a disgrace that we actually teach still, you know, like kind of, and that don't make them aware that there is a problem. And there is definitely a problem. I mean, the man had, you know, two illiterate children. I mean, which writer wants to have his kids grow up illiterate? I mean, somebody has to explain that to me. So in a way, you know, I'm like kind of take it in strides, and I'm saying, you know, I believe in it, and that's why I made the film, and now we'll see what the world has to say.
Promise me you'll keep our secret safe.